This NFL preseason week 2 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. Bet $100 at WynnBet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to SGPN. Let her run and get her done. Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Woo! Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan. Real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
We're picking live games, Sean.
Yes,
we're picking live national
games
football games
against the spread ATS.
And we thought, last week we got a series in, threw out a couple picks.
Yep.
True preseason form. You got to go left foot, right foot. So it feels like we should rattle at least through some of the games here, Sean. And
we're going to pick every NFL Week 2 game.
I'm not prepared
against
for
the spread.
No leads.
Let's go. And we got. If you're subscribed to YouTube, youtube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast, turn those notifications on because we are in episode 2 of 3 podcasts. We are taping today. We just taped the 49ers podcast preview earlier in the day with Katie Mox. Great episode. Highly worth checking that out. Holland Oates. I love how he spells it. HOLLAND Oates. LFG notification squad. And you can hop in for the live chat. A lot of fun there. So,
yeah, right. but Sean nailed it though. That's the key. YouTube's going to be exclusive.
Well, YouTube, if you want,
no matter what, an episode's coming out on YouTube. It might come out later on the podcast feed.
Yes.
So if you want to hear it early, like let's say we were previewing an alma mater of one of us that happens to resemble war turkeys as a mascot, you might want to subscribe on YouTube because you're going to get that a lot sooner.
Yes. YouTube subscribers get the first of all the action. YouTube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast. Oh. Listen to those trumpets blare. Oh man. Inject this into my veins. That's right. WynnBet, baby. We're previewing all 32 NFL teams, and you know where we're getting those win totals from? Right from the horse's mouth, aka sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Head over there, get the $100 risk-free bet. All you gotta do, bet $100 and you get a $100 free bet. We're going to be coming to you live NFL week 1, college football week 2, props episodes, all from the Wynn studio in beautiful Las Vegas. So support the Win and support us. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's a winning combination. Of course, reduced juice. They got you covered with some of the best prices in MLB as well. They just opened up the first quarterback to 5 passing touchdowns prop market.
Yes, sir.
So much fun. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. WYNNBET. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Ryan, and of course, if you haven't already,
you faked me out again. I'm still not.
You're
prepared.
new to the show. I get it.
I know.
It's smoking my weed.
We are running a NFL Survivor contest with Run Your Pool, partnered up with Run Your Pool. Again, Run Your Pool, great place to run any sort of college NFL contest you're doing. Pick'em, Survivor, fantasy pools, whatever it is. We're running our own Survivor contest. $500 cash and a $250 gift card. Winner takes all to the last man or woman standing. Hop in now to reserve your seat. Just go to play.runyourpool.com/SGPN. That's play.runyourpool.com/SGPN to get in on the Survivor contest, get in our free contest, and then start running your own football contests. Highly recommend Run Your Pool, fully customizable. They really take care of you there. And again, play.runyourpool.com/SGPN to get in there today.
All right. Let's break down some games.
Well, Ryan, like I said, before we get to that,
I'm all ready with my leans.
you're well, we have no leans. New segment. It's going to be called Feel the Burn. Brought to you by manscaped.com. Promo code SGP, 20% off and free shipping.
It's been hot in LA, so I've been feeling that burn.
Well, you want to avoid feeling the burn when it comes to grooming below the belt.
Different burn.
If you've ever done some manual grooming without the lawnmower 4.0 and you felt the burn, you felt what it's like to have to not have a 7,000 RPM motor. There's nothing more embarrassing than getting cut down below the below the belt.
Fucking loser. Excuse my language.
Feel the burn. We felt the burn, Ryan, because we are normally team preseason unders, especially for that first week. Overs were an amazing 13-3-1. So if you were on the under, like we were talking about in our week 1 NFL preview podcast or NFL preseason podcast, the overs the over train was crazy. And even I think you sent me a stat where if you were teasing 3 team totals to the over in preseason, the 3 team combinations went 550 and 0.
16 factorial minus. I mean, Jesus.
What do you make of why the overs hit so much? I think maybe it's because with these joint practices.
Are you seeing the download numbers? There's the story, people. It's out there. We're driving the market down too low, Sean.
I think that was part of it. Also, they called a bunch of
buy the dip, right?
Roughing the passer penalties and that kind of stuff.
I've heard some theories.
Yeah. What's your theory?
Well, what do they emphasize? What's the referee emphasis? I know some folks do a deep dive on that every year. It's about contact around the line of scrimmage to the receivers. So maybe you're seeing defensive coaches telling the players, "Hey, don't fucking grab." And dudes are just getting open because what do we know about second tier wide receivers? What's the part of the game that typically they separate themselves from an elite guy not being able to get off the line of scrimmage?
Yep.
So if it's as simple as that,
I think part of it was that, and then part of it, I do think you are going to see in week 2 that a lot of the starters aren't going to be playing because they're going to be going hard in these joint practices. So they're going to let the QB1 go hard in the joint practice where they can control them in a controlled environment. And then I don't think, and it seems like the numbers have already come down a little bit, but any teams that are playing in joint practices, I think you go to the under, even though the numbers are creeping down. They over adjusted, but I still think this is the week for the unders.
I was going to say you mean they've crept up because the unders
No. I'm saying they opened way higher than normal and then even creeping down a little bit.
Oh, is that true? Because I believe that they opened and moved up immediately because they took action
and then maybe came down a little bit.
So I would say that from this purely like, hey, what just happened? Well, everyone hit the over. So what's the public story this week? Is it now it's time to bet the unders, or is it we're still sticking to it because of whatever they're emphasizing that's causing all these points to be scored in the preseason? Because really the takeaway is the football didn't look trash in the first week this year. And I think I saw a nugget that last year, I believe it was 34.5 points was like the median point of overs and unders. This year, 37.5. So you're seeing, pre-pandemic, it was 37.5. So maybe we're just seeing market correction. We started bringing it up a couple years ago. The market has gone down, down, down. We've now gotten too many words out there, Sean. So I do think that this week, if you're going to blindly do anything, I think you obviously are going to take the under.
Yes.
I mean, you explained reasons why, but I don't think you need reasons
you can just blindly bet it. All right, that was of course Feel the Burn, brought to you by Manscaped. Also, I have to read this line that they threw in there. CD Lamb is good, but have you seen D's beautiful balls? Go to manscaped.com, promo code SGP, 20% off and free shipping. I cannot. I like Manscaped. They're a great product. I use the Performance Package 4.0, but we can't say CeeDee Lamb is good. And CeeDee Lamb actually, Ryan, dealing with the foot injury, missing practice. So we'll see how serious that is.
And real quick, just to update, just to look at where the money is. There's only one game this weekend so far, taking enough money to report on the total that is shaded over, and it's the Giants Bengals game for whatever reason.
All right.
All the other ones, money is coming on the under.
All right, let's get to it. Let's talk NFL Week 2 preseason.
All right. First up, Thursday night. We got some Thursday night football, Sean. The Chicago Bears taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Maybe some starters playing in Seattle. They need all the work they can get. -3.5 for the Seahawks. -185 on the money line. Bears +155. 40 is the total. Yeah, I don't know if I would. If I'm going to blindly do anything, it might just be take the under in this game. I think this is the one game that I'm fine circling and saying, oh, okay, less rest for these two teams. Yeah, let's just roll out the defenses. As far as which side to take, how do you not take Seattle?
Yeah, I love Pete Carroll in the preseason. He's been great.
Pull up my notes here. Oh, Pete Carroll, really good against the spread.
Pete Carroll, great against the spread, just great straight up. And Drew Lock is out with COVID, so they're going to be starting. They're going to be, and Drew Lock is the one who cost them that win and cover against the Steelers.
He's so bad.
Well, they were the game was tied. Seattle was catching 3.5. I love that price, and then Drew Lock fumbles. Pittsburgh gets it back. You think, okay, they just kick a field goal to win the game? No, Kenny Pickett throws a bit of a duck. And they end up converting it to a touchdown. So rare loss for Pete Carroll, who overall pretty good straight up and ATS. But this to me is just, Geno Smith is starting now. And I can't imagine they're going to play Fields a ton. So Seattle -3.5, lay the hook.
Are we going to see Eason?
I don't. That's a good question.
He played. If I recall, he played well in the preseason last year for the Colts, but could be off on that. Yeah, we're lockstep here. There's no reason to get away from playing Pete Carroll in the preseason, especially with this kind of team. Lot to prove. We heard about Ken Walker procedure. Could be a hernia related thing. If only you were loading up on Rashad Penny shares.
Well, but Rashad Penny also dealing with the groin injury.
Find the next guy. Chris Carson coming out of retirement. All right. Friday, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Carolina heads to New England. The Patriots -2.5, -150 on the money line. Carolina +125. 40.5 is the total. It is fun to say football spread, Sean.
It is.
It's very fun. It's way better than NBA. No offense, NBA. Way better than a run line. Thoughts on, because to me this one's all about Bailey Zappi, right?
Yeah, he looked pretty decent in opening action. I know Mac Jones. We talked about McCorkle. I guess it wasn't to one of his own teammates. It was to one of the Panthers in the joint practice. He told the cornerback to hold his nuts.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You thought it was a intra team thing.
That was what my initial reading was on it.
I mean, McCorkle unfortunately is everything you'd want in a quarterback. He's got fire. The team seems to respect him. He's willing to tell the other team to suck his dick. It's the kind of stuff we love about Gardner Minshew. It's the kind of stuff we love about any good quarterback, right? It's the moxie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Belichick, so we just bet the other side, right? Oh, wait a second, I forget. Are we not? Last week you told me we're no longer fading Belichick.
Well, no, I mean Belichick was he's 0-1, but I think they covered the spread against the Giants, right?
What's the trend when Belichick's whining and complaining about too many blitzes?
Before that, though, he was 9-2 in the preseason those previous 3 years. So it's very weird. He is 8 games above 500, but to your point, he was whining about the Giants blitzing.
I really don't plan on. I mean, I know it's a Friday game, so it's kind of a standalone primetime spot here, but I'm pulling up the black book in the preseason, and that involves not betting on Bill Belichick teams. So give me Carolina plus the points. If you're saying I got to bet every game, John, give me Carolina the points.
Well, and again,
I'll probably just take the money line.
As as far as like quarterbacks go, PJ Walker, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Matt Corral. While those aren't good quarterbacks overall, that is actually kind of a decent amount of depth for a preseason.
Should we craft a PJ Walker lineup?
He was 10-19, 136. Matt Corral though looked pretty bad, 1-9 for 11 yards. I'm with you though. I think you got to go Carolina here +2.5.
How did Sam Howell go past all these quarterbacks?
And then this one, I'm pretty sure they have been obviously been doing the joint practices. So 40.5, like the under there for sure.
All right. So we've said maybe we're not going to do all the totals, but we've each given out an under on the first 2 games we've given out. So
yeah,
we still like our unders. All right. 5 p.m. on Friday, Saints, Packers -3, -155 on the money line, +125 for the Saints. 39.5 is the total. You go first on this one. Cause to me, this is all about, to me, the Packers are in almost in the category of I'm not getting involved in betting on them in the preseason.
I mean, Jordan Love had 3 interceptions, and I would imagine he's going to be.
He's got to play, right?
Yeah, like who else are they going to be playing? And again, I'm sure they don't want Jordan Love to be criticized so much, but dude's got to play. And then meanwhile, the Saints have a stud backup quarterback, Andy Dalton. Like. The dude was dealing 5 for 5, 51 yards and a touchdown.
He's the definition of a dude that he's too good to be a backup and he's not good enough to be a starter.
And again, this is like I'll be surprised if, and it's tough doing these this far out for some of these, as far as like who is playing, who isn't.
Yeah. Check back in. I'm going to fire off some DFS lineups before I leave the country. But
I'm going New Orleans +3. I mean, New Orleans is like a pretty good spot. RT checking in the YouTube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Do you guys actually bet your hard-earned money on the NFL preseason? 100%. I'm not going to bet on every game, but the locks definitely. When we went 2-0 on our locks, I mean, definitely going to be on my locks of. Yeah. We'll
hey
get to
RT, you must be new to the show.
Yeah.
Happy you're here, bro.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. No.
He said we're better off blowing your money at a strip club. Well, I mean, again, you can do both. You can blow your money at a strip club and on NFL preseason. Let's go.
Never had any sort of money come out of that machine. Unfortunately, never had a positive ROI there. All right, Houston -2 Friday night, 7 p.m. in Los Angeles, taking on the Rams, +115 on the money line, -140 for the Texans, 38.5 on the total. I mean, first of all, smash the lock sound effect because Lovie Smith, this Texans team taking on a Rams team that has just not interested.
Well,
again,
normally
Sean McVay is in the bucket of coaches that just not interested in betting on in preseason. It's just not a positive EFE thing to do.
He was 0-3 last year. They did get the win against the Chargers. It's tough sometimes when 2 teams play that don't want to win.
Yeah.
I do think Lovie Smith though, I would give him the check mark that he wants to win. And this Texans team is trying stuff out. They're also playing.
They need to win.
They're playing Dameon Pierce a lot, who looks really good. We've been on him for fantasy, so I'm with you. Houston laying 2 here is a pretty good spot.
What was the score there first? They're 17-13. So I mean, again, I just think sometimes it's less about taking the Texans more than just not betting on the Rams here.
Yeah.
Denver. All right. So now we're moving over to Saturday. Nice full slate of football. And
Let's go.
They're getting us trained. 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. Denver, Buffalo in the great state of New York. As a Bills fan will remind you, the only team that plays in the state of New York are the Bills, laying 4.5, -215 on the money line. Broncos +175, 41.5 is the total. Sean, inside Iggy, Broncos are playing like shit. They're going to have to work a little harder in this one. Why the fuck is anyone catching 4.5 points in the preseason? I mean, sans a Harbaugh involved game.
Well, I think if I had to guess, it's because the Bills backups are
good,
somewhat decent. You got Case Keenum in there. Didn't they sign who else?
Bills have Matt Barkley, which I wouldn't exactly get excited there, but Case Keenum is a little Andy Dalton-esque where he had maybe a little bit too good to be playing a half in the preseason. I think if you're looking in other positions, sure, yeah, like we like Shakir, so he's going to be on the field a lot.
They
As
got
far
a
as
defensive
receivers,
touchdown. I imagine Josh Johnson, Brett Rippon. I can't imagine Danger Russ is going to see much time here.
yeah. And fun fact, if you, in case you forgot, guess what? Tavon Austin, you're right. Remember the Buffalo Bills. Maybe he'll get some time in the preseason. Yeah, I just don't think like I don't understand why the Bills are laying 4.5 points. You're not going to make money laying 4.5 points on teams not named the Ravens in the preseason.
Well, I would say this:
pushback.
Sean McDermott has kind of been on a nice streak, 8-0,
Yep.
and then before that 2-2. But he's been on a nice run of Buffalo Bills winning preseason games. The problem
is this McDermott or is this Harbaugh-esque?
he could be the next Harbaugh. I guess what I'm worried about.
Even without Daboll, you're not worried about keeping the streak going.
Oh, they won and covered last week. They did get a defensive touchdown. Keenum did throw 2 picks. I'm with you. I guess I'll lean Broncos here.
Yeah, come on, dude.
This is not gonna lock. I'm not gonna lock this up.
This isn't our first time betting on preseason football. I don't know if you're going to get rich laying 4.5 with anyone. It is a home game, so the Bills fans will be excited. So maybe the backup's a little extra juice.
I think of any team that could have an impact in the like a home field advantage in preseason football. It might be the Buffalo Bills. Like the crowd was legit getting loud in that last preseason game, and that is worrisome. But I'll take the Broncos catching 4.5.
You're gonna fade spring football god Josh Johnson?
Yeah, he looked pretty bad.
Let's go. What do you mean? He's playing for his career, bro.
Well, there are a lot of I think roster spots up for grabs for the Broncos. So maybe the 53 man roster is the way to go.
Yeah, and I guess the chat is bringing it up, but shout out to the Wong teaser, which was also undefeated in week 1 of the NFL preseason. I think you're being reckless probably if you're looking to roll Wong teasers out in the preseason, but
on sides, yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna Wong well, that is a Wong tease.
Yeah,
there's no Wong teasing of the total.
Oh, well, I was just thinking because of the totals, and we talked
no.
about teasing earlier.
That's even crazier. Detroit, another 10 a.m. spot here on the West Coast on Saturday. Detroit heading to Indy. The Colts +1.5 at home, +105 on the money line, -125 for the Lions. 39.5 is the total. Restore the roar. Nothing better. I was hanging out with our buddy Dan Leach, making fun of him with their old restore the roar thing. I mean, look, they lost to the Falcons, right? 2 teams. I think some people were saying Falcons stock down, Lions stock up. Falcons took care of business in the preseason.
You would
think a rah-rah football guy, he didn't get the win. Do wins matter in the preseason? The Detroit Lions are a complete wild card for me. So I'm not really sure what to do with this one.
Well, we mentioned the trend week 1. I think I'm going to keep riding it. Hard Knocks teams are now 21 and 32 against the spread.
Fade them.
And I mean,
why are they favored?
Yeah, I don't know. Like what is making them a road favorite? David Blow really did blow that game. Like they should have, been able to run the clock out, and then David Blow fumbled. Atlanta picked it up. They lofted a duck into the end zone. They got the touchdown. But I would say this about the Colts: Nick Foles in a dome, like he is a warm weather quarterback. I think he didn't look amazing, but I think that was because they were in Buffalo. I like Nick Foles as a home dog catching 1.5.
All right.
And maybe this is where you break out the Wong teaser and get it over that key number 7.5.
Jared Goff having Tim Boyle and David Blow backing him up is like a hot chick with a couple big fluffy friends, All right. We're lockstep so far, Sean. We have not disagreed.
That is sometimes scary.
All right.
Ryan, you know what's also scary? When people decide to go out on their own instead of going to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's right, your one-stop shop to compare odds from all the major sports books. You got a sweet bet tracker, game stats, injury reports, weather reports. They got it all in one spot. A live play-by-play updates, key game stats. Like I said, they really have you covered here. Handicapping tips, and it all starts by just going to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. OddsTrader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. And we're also brought to you by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform. You're probably already fired up your Sleeper fantasy football league. They have over 4 million users now. It's pretty crazy. And not only do they known for fantasy, but the over under game. If you haven't been getting down on it for baseball, highly recommend it. And now they're going to have it for NFL as well. So you have your fantasy football matchup there, and they have it built in, so you can easily hit over under on your favorite NFL player props. You can win 2x all the way up to 20x, and you get the sweet deposit bonus. Open up your phone and just go to sleeper.com/SGP. Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. Or if you're already signed up on Sleeper, just click over under, use the promo code SGP, get that 100% deposit bonus. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. We got some DFS plays in here. Research, or no, sorry, Dryden Reichmuth. Love Isaiah Hodgins in DFS. That could be a fun one. And the Bills running back. Let me pull his name. I
love
up
that
again.
you love a preseason DFS play.
Oh yeah, and I'm pissed I didn't have as much DFS action as I should have. Raheem Blackshear for the Bills, 6 carries for 11 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's an interesting goal line opportunity. Where's he from?
He's a Hokie, baby.
All right, VT in the house.
A lot of Hokies up there in Buffalo, at least on the preseason squad. Washington. Now we're moving on. 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. on the East Coast. Saturday, the Commandos, aka formerly the football team, formerly the Redskins, head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs -4, -175. Washington, the Commandos +145. 42.5 is the total. Oh man, it's another one. It's a 4-point spread. What are we doing? What are we doing with a 4-point spread?
I mean, I'm all over the Commanders here. Andy Reid is one of those sub 500 preseason
Sam
coaches.
Howell? Taylor Heineke.
I mean,
yes,
yeah, they have again. Their second and third string quarterback could very well be better than their starting quarterback. And I don't know, maybe they play Wentz. It doesn't really affect this handicap. You know, Sam Howell. He got a ton of hype. He was kind of seen as like one of the better rookies in week 1. I really like what I saw. We'll see how much of the skill guys play for Kansas City.
Antonio Gibson is now seemingly playing for a roster spot.
Yeah, like he could really be fired up. He fumbled early on, and then I think he's going to see a ton of work.
That's easy.
So
easy pick right here, right?
Well, and this might be one of our money line dogs here, Ryan. Because
what do you mean maybe?
There's some good opportunities later, but Commandos +4. This is I really like this play.
You're not worried about Dustin Crum?
No,
fourth stringer on the Chiefs over there. Chiefs have a hilarious roster. All right, next up, 4 p.m. on Saturday here on the West Coast, 7 p.m. on a little nighttime football. Sean down in the heat of Miami. Dolphins hosting the Raiders. Raiders laying a point on the road, -120 on the money line, +100 for the Dolphins. 41.5 is the total. Heading down to the South Florida. We're always worried about that heat. Any concern about the heat? A team coming from the dry heat.
7 o'clock kickoff.
It's going to be hot as shit. It'll be like 80 degrees at night. It'll be humid. And again, as someone who lives in a dry, arid climate, it sucks when you go into humidity. You're just sweating constantly. You're cramping. I mean, think about it. I was cramping up after running some 40s in Canton, Ohio, Sean.
Was that the problem?
No problems. No problems. I mean, other than the timer, no problems. So hard for me to look to take this. And also you have like kind of the Belichick rub off of, I understand McDaniels has been,
well, McDaniels, small sample size, 1 game they won. I'm actually going to go
two. They beat the Vikings as well.
What? No, Dolphins have only played 1 preseason game.
McDaniels. I was talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, not Mike.
Josh McDaniels versus Mike McDaniel.
I didn't even catch on that.
I'm going Raiders here. I see your zag here, Ryan. But
what's the angle for the Raiders?
They're 2-0 in the preseason, 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread. A little more seasoned than this Dolphins team, and
they do have a combination of Stidham, Mullins, and Chase Garbers. Who can forget Chase Garbers?
Nick Mullins was out there, playing decent minutes and looking okay. Dolphins do have Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson. I don't think they'll let Teddy play a lot because he's had concussion issues and stuff like that. They know what you have with Teddy Bridgewater, but I think you're going to let Nick Mullins play a lot. So I kind of like Nick Mullins to have a good game. I'm going Raiders here, but I see I see the angle on the Dolphins.
Any chance we have a Skylar Thompson to a controversy brewing?
No.
Has anyone come out of the woodwork to be annoyed by your duck hunt?
No.
No one's. I mean,
well, Dolphins fans do hate all our hating on Tua, but I think true Dolphins fans realize he's not the answer. And who doesn't like an enjoyable duck sound?
Because some are saying
epitomize Tua.
Some are saying that Thompson could be the East Coast Trey Lance.
Really?
Some are saying.
Some are saying that.
Some are saying. I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Okay. First disagreement. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. The Jags laying 3.5 at home, -190 on the money line. Pittsburgh +155. 42.5 is the total. Again, this is Tomlin. I'm looking at my notes. Oh, look at that, Mike Tomlin. Tomlin, 14-3 straight up in his last 17 games. And again, look at this Steelers depth chart of quarterbacks. Like they all played pretty well. Again, it's the preseason, but if you're comparing like third string quarterbacks, the Steelers have a real edge here. I mean, you have Kenny Pickett.
This is a tremendously confusing line. I know it's the preseason, but Mason Rudolph is a fucking seasoned guy. Kenny Pickett looked all right.
And they supposedly the Lions are interested in trading for Mason Rudolph. So this could be a good opportunity to showcase Mason Rudolph, who again, not great, but in the preseason, I like his chances. And Kenny Pickett looked good.
Went toe to toe with Myles Garrett.
Yeah, survived.
And he lived to tell about it.
Jacksonville just has no depth at quarterback.
Is it about like CJ Beathard? That's the guy. Do you want to bet on him?
Me?
Yeah. Or are we going to see a lot of Trevor Lawrence? That could be the angle. Jags are going to roll their starters out.
Play Trevor Lawrence. I dare you.
Yeah, it's that Pittsburgh defense. I'll take that.
I dare you.
San Francisco, the Niners.
So you're also on the Steelers.
Oh
right?
yeah, big. I mean Tomlin.
Tomlin 14-3 straight up, and you're giving him 3.5 points.
Come on. All right,
Madmen.
Lots of games on God's Eye is going to be humming on Saturday, Sean. 4 p.m. games on the West Coast. Niners heading to Minnesota. The Vikings laying 5 -220 on the money line, +180 for the Niners. 39 is the total.
Ryan, real quick, this research flat Earth guy is making a lot of sense. Not necessarily with his username, but he says Miami should trade for Jimmy G right now and save their season. Tua isn't the guy. I mean, I haven't thought about that as a destination. Mike McDaniel bringing the San Francisco system,
friend of the program,
and he's basically turning it into San Francisco East Coast. Jimmy G would be the perfect spot. I had totally missed the Mike McDaniel connection. So shout out to Research Flat Earth for pointing that out.
He's on to some stuff.
Yeah, I really like.
He's got some good data, except for about all right. So.
Sorry, next game.
Niners taking on the Vikings. Vikings are laying 5 points. Kellen Mond looked the part of a preseason GOAT.
Yep.
And quite frankly, at some point this season, Kirk Cousins is going to play poorly enough for the Minnesota fan base to be like, hey, remember that guy that was athletic looking in the preseason? Maybe we roll him out there.
Kirk Cousins supposedly.
Well, he's got fake COVID, so he doesn't have to play in the preseason.
No.
It's real COVID.
No, I don't know, but
he's just in a plexiglass bubble.
He's in his little gas station booth. He I guess had like a really nice throw in practice and screamed out, "You like that? You fucking like that?
You like that? You like that?"
Jesus Christ.
So that's pretty funny. Kellen Mond, I thought. Did look good. Had 2 touchdowns in the game. Sean Mannion, his numbers were okay, but he looked.
He's a clipboard holder.
Pretty rough. Yeah, the 49ers have been good in preseason under Kyle Shanahan. So I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this one.
It's a 5-point spread. Like default answer is don't lay 5 points in the preseason.
Yeah.
So I'll take the points.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
right?
I'll go San Francisco catching 5. That's pretty crazy.
We're sure Jimmy G is not going to get any time in this one.
I mean, that would be awesome if you all of a sudden came out of nowhere.
Well, and just to update, because I did want to pull up some money splits just to kind of get an idea why the fuck are these numbers all over the place. This game is fairly like evenly bet. So I get it's like unlike where like the Chiefs, for example, Chiefs are getting a ton of the money. So okay, the spread's a little bigger. Opened at 1.5, it's now 4. I don't quite understand why this Vikings team is laying 4.5 points. So we'll see. We're on the same side. That one has a nice money line swing to it because I don't know why the Vikings are favored. Bucks, they head to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans laying 2.5, minus 145 on the money line, plus 120 for the Bucks. 38.5 is the total. Don't know if the Bucks team is prepared for the void, the chasm that's being left behind by Tom Brady. It's the preseason, right? So who was going to play anyway this week, Sean? It's all about the Kyle Trask playing Gabbert experience.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Brady's taking some time off, but for me, I am. I know they lost week 1, but that was again and Mike Vrabel, historically not a preseason coach. He's 4-8, but I mean, Todd Bowles doesn't care either. He's 7-10. I'm going to take the team with Malik Willis, the super athletic guy who loves running the ball and, will make some plays with his legs. So to me, it comes just no one on that Tampa Bay team.
Were you not impressed by the Bucks, like Trask in the passing offense?
I thought he looked, I mean,
25 for 33, 258 yards and a touchdown, 1 interception.
No, he looks solid. I'm just saying, an athletic quarterback like Malik Willis,
put him on the
looking
field
to make a name for himself. It reminded me when they would randomly put in Vic before he won the starting job back for the Eagles, where you just be like, "Oh, this dude is doing whatever he can to get a first down." So again, Vrabel's kind of annoyed that he wasn't throwing the ball as much. This one's a toss up. I'm going to give
me the Bucks.
Tie goes to Malik Willis.
Give me the Bucks because he had some fun plays last week and he only put up 10 points and Logan whatever side.
Well, they were playing the Ravens, Ryan, preseason gods.
That's true. Give me the Bucks. I think the Bucks have enough receivers and a quarterback. Like Trask looked decent. He looked like a good preseason quarterback. Saturday night, 7 p.m. on the West Coast. Dallas heads to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. -3, minus 160 on the money line. Dallas plus 130. 37.5 is the total.
Yeah. All over the Chargers here. Obviously,
really?
we're I mean, the Cowboys looked pretty bad. 21 penalties, 17 accepted for them.
You're gonna bet against Will Grier?
Yeah.
AKA Will Greer, AKA he didn't see any time. He was out with a groin injury. He's back for the Cowboys, returned to practice. It seems like he's gonna get some time. You're just not betting on the Cowboys, huh?
Yeah,
Sean, we learned last year it's not an effect. It's not a positive EV strategy.
Well, no, they didn't. Cowboys didn't win a preseason game last season, and they're off to an 0-1 start. They don't care about preseason. I don't think the Chargers really do either, but I'm gonna take them laying 3.
Well, I think the key thing to point out here, although they didn't win last week, they do have Chase Daniel, and Chase Daniel is another one of those like quote unquote backup vets, I guess you'd call him, but very efficient in the first game. 117 yards, 2 touchdowns on only 17 attempts.
Chargers. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what did I say?
Oh, well, it just seemed like you were talking about the Cowboys.
No, I'm talking about Chase. I'm explaining. I'm giving people
Chase
a reason
Daniel's
to
like a preseason god.
Yeah, he's another like Andy Dalton. He's probably too good to be a backup, but he's not good enough to be a starter.
He certainly got paid like a starter.
Stuck in purgatory. All right, let's move over to Sunday. Sean, little practice for you. 10 a.m. on the West Coast. Philly, Cleveland. Eagles are a road favorite. -2, minus 140, plus 115 on the money line for the Browns. 37.5 is the total. Is this Gardner Minshew like territory of let's see if we can get him a good deal for him? I know they like to get value out of these quarterbacks. They have Carson Strong. I wonder, do they plan to go into the season with Gardner Minshew?
Carson Strong actually could see a lot of time in this game. Reed Sinnett got a bunch of the third team work. He's actually ahead of Carson Strong right now.
A real loser name.
What?
Reed Sinnett?
Yeah.
That's not a quarterback name. Carson Strong, that's a name.
That's a QB name.
Gardner Minshew, that's a name.
I'm actually taking the Browns +2 here as a home dog. I don't know what their plan.
What?
I don't know what their plan is. I mean, well, the Eagles have like actively not cared about winning preseason games for a while now.
Wow. Okay.
I think I wouldn't be shocked if they try and get some run with Deshaun Watson even in this game after the joint practices.
He needs some work, man.
And I think between him and Brissett, they need to get both those quarterbacks ready. So I think both are going to see a decent amount of time in this game. Again, we'll see how these joint practices go. That'll probably decide. Probably will end up how they decide playing them. But Philly doesn't win preseason games right now, so Cleveland +2 is the play.
You had the right handicap. You didn't mention why. Josh Dobbs, man, another guy who's going to run around and get it done. Also, Josh Rosen, 6 of 7, 56 yards. Shout out to Josh Rosen. Coming back. The chosen one. I'm also on the Browns. To your point, Cleveland or Philly not really interested in playing, and I think they're going to have a serious disadvantage at the quarterback position. Next up, Cincy, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. They head to New York, take on the Giants. -5.5 for the Giants. -250 on the money line. +200 for the Bengals. 40 is the total. Sean, why are the Giants laying 5.5 points?
Well, because they realize that.
Help me out here.
Because I think Tyrod Taylor is going to get some looks.
He's a god.
Tyrod Taylor is going to. I think Tyrod Taylor could get some run with the first team, and I think that's going to produce some good results. Again, Tyrod is a very efficient quarterback, nearly flawless last week when he was in there. You have running back Antonio Williams, and Zach Taylor aggressively doesn't care about winning these games. 2-6 straight up, but man, 5.5 points is a lot.
Jake Browning and Drew Plitt are the two quarterbacks that are going to see time. Brandon Allen out with a concussion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, he was knocked out with a concussion week 1. I'm guessing he's not going to play. Jake Browning played the majority of the snaps week 1. So I think the handicap would be that Wink has shown he's going to blitz in the preseason. And if you have no idea what you're doing, that certainly could be interesting. On the backside, like their secondary looks pretty bad, but they are certainly trying their offense out. So, out of principle, I would never lay 5.5 points, but because I'm very optimistic for the season, I'm going to lay the 5.5.
I'll take Tyrod getting 5.5 with the first team.
Baltimore heads to Arizona. This is Sunday night, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Baltimore, Arizona. We said it last week. We said, "Hey,
sorry, the button's stuck."
It's all right. Keep hitting it. Why are they not just making this a full touchdown? Why?
Make it 7.5, so people have to think about
this.
It.
This is a real marketplace, and 5.5. That means you're scared. You're a coward one way or the other. Make it 3 or make it 7. Don't be a bitch. There's nothing to handicap here. Baltimore -5.5, -240 on the money line, +200 for Arizona. 38.5 is the total. Harbaugh is a preseason god.
18-2-1 ATS, 21-0 straight up over that, and 41-12 overall.
Only 46.
This is insane.
Only 54% of people are taking the Ravens right now.
And like every time you open up any sort of like gambling contest, like Baltimore preseason gods. How is the
80%?
Who is betting against Baltimore in the preseason?
80%.
Please write me at Sean T Green. Tell me, why are you betting against Baltimore in the preseason?
Only 20%. Only 20% of the tickets are on the Arizona money line. I would ask, why are there 20% of the tickets on the Arizona money line +200? It's not coming home. It's not coming home.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they win one of these eventually, but
why would you? What do you mean? Maybe they win.
Why would you go against it? Crazy. Ravens all day.
Yeah. All right. I lost my sheet. Sorry. I wanted to bring up the. So we're not worried about a Trace McSorley situation.
Well, they did. Lamar's not playing, and then.
Well, but that's the problem. Is the backups on the? Is Huntley going to play?
Didn't they
waived Huntley.
But Tyler Huntley is good, and McSorley's not on their team anymore.
No, I know he's on the Arizona. It's a revenge spot.
Yeah,
You're not worried about that at all. Colt McCoy probably won't play. No. So this is a McSorley or fun fact. Jarrett Guarantano, who was, if you remember, he was the absolute piece of shit that Colby hated at Tennessee. So I think this is another one where, come on, Huntley might be better than Lamar Jackson. Hot take.
Looked really good.
Right.
in relief work.
We have Monday Night Football this week, Sean. Monday Night Football, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. We have the Falcons and the Jets. The Jets are 2-point home dogs. Plus 115 on the money line. Minus 140 for the Falcons. 40 is the total. Jets. Jets. I mean, Joe Flacco. I said it would be a mean place for Jimmy G to have to end up, but Joe Flacco is a scrapper.
And he randomly showed up last year in the preseason, just like balled out for a quarter. You also got Mike White, who is just sets.
He could be. Joe Flacco smells blood in the water. He could be a starting quarterback.
He's gonna really ball out.
Wait, is he gonna play though?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. I would imagine they have to, because he has to.
Well, if he doesn't, Mike White, who had a lot of confidence, if you remember, declared himself as the best. What was it? He felt he should have been the number 1 pick in the draft. I think that was the angle. I don't know, man. This Jets team.
No, I think they're definitely playing him, and I predict Joe Flacco, Mike White combination will really pay off.
Joe Flacco off the top rope. Yeah, I mean, Mike White wasn't very good. I don't know, Chris Streveler. He was all right. Jets are trash, but you got to take him here.
Oh
right?
yeah, +2.
But the Falcons are pushing.
Yeah, it was more for me. It was the Falcons probably should have lost that game against the Lions.
What do you mean? You saying they got lucky at the end to get that one done?
Well, and Arthur Smith was 0-3 in 2021. I think it was just like this hard Knoxian outlier for the Lions that really brought it home. So I'm all over the Jets.
Fun fact: you know who led the Falcons in rushing in that game?
Desmond Ridder. Nailed it. All right, Ryan. We got our double locks and dog coming up. Before we do that, my lock when it comes to flavor, Trade Coffee. Oh man, love me a delicious Trade Coffee. You make some homemade cold brew. That stuff will really put a little just fire under you. Trade Coffee. The coffee is delicious. I get the whole beans there. It's freshly roasted from 60 of the country's best craft roasters. They've delivered over 750,000, or sorry, they've delivered over 5 million bags, and they have 750,000 positive reviews. There's over 450 roasts. You take your coffee quiz, they get it dialed in exactly to the coffee flavor you like, and we got a sweet discount for you. All you got to do is go to drinktrade.com/SGP. Total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Who doesn't love a delicious cup of free coffee? Get started by taking their quiz over at drinktrade.com/SGP and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/SGP for $30 off. And we're also brought to you by Dave. Need a couple extra bucks? Maybe you're the guy who's betting against the Ravens in the preseason. Whatever it is, you're a little low on cash. You don't want to ask your friends, family to borrow cash. That's where your good buddy Dave comes in to help you out. Dave's a banking app that can get you up to $500 instantly with extra cash. More money to buy a gift, catch up on some bills, tackle the expenses that have been stressing you out. There's no interest and no credit check needed. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. That's DAVE. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking provided by Evolve, member FDIC.
Locks?
Yes.
Are we allowed to? Are we just gonna both slot Baltimore in there? Obviously. All right. So I'll give you something that's not Baltimore.
Well, I mean, one of us we should give out Baltimore, or do you?
Yeah,
or do
I'm
we just
saying it's a given?
Okay, so we're gonna have
Baltimore.
we're gonna have a podcast autoplay, which is a lock for both of us. Baltimore +5.5.
All right, give me. I think.
Or sorry, -5.5.
We'll have fun. So first lock is the Commandos.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Certainly in the consideration for a money line as well, but +4. I think you have enough narratives around people that need to show up, play hard, backup quarterbacks who look the part, and should play well enough to get it done versus a Kansas City team that no motivation. Right?
Yep.
Is that a lane?
100%.
All right. You want to take? You can take a lock. Since it's a pre, I don't want to take all the good locks.
All right, Pittsburgh plus 3.5. I still don't know how they're making this plus 3.5. That's crazy. What's your other lock, Ryan?
Well, I think we got to look right to fade your Eagles. The Cleveland Browns. Pretty good spot. Seems like a good spot one way or another. I think they are in a bit of a pickle, but it should lead to them having to put a little more out in the preseason. So let's
Cleveland
roll that
plus
one out.
2. I'm gonna go Colts plus 1.5. Nick Foles. Let's go, baby. And what's your dog? Money line dog, Ryan.
When you have a plus, we have plus 200s, but plus 180 for the Niners against the Minnesota Vikings. Not really clear on this one. So yeah, I'll take a stab at that. Actually, no, give me Pittsburgh plus 155. I like that you locked it up. I'll take it home on the money.
Well, Ryan, I'll take one of your locks and take it home. Give me the Commandos plus 145.
Right.
We know backup quarterbacks succeed when they're backing up Carson Wentz, and that is my thesis for these picks. Steelers plus 3.5, Colts plus 1.5, Washington on the money line plus 145. Kramer's on Steelers on the money line plus 155, Cleveland plus 2, Washington plus 4, and then we both love a bonus lock of the Ravens minus 5.5. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Hit me with the Pac-Man one more time.
Yes, sir.
Toss in a nice rating and review over at Apple Podcasts. Screenshot it, submit it in the SGPN app. Just click contest there for all that information. And you got a chance to win a $50 gift card every Monday. We're drawing them, aka Merch Monday. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he's Ryan.
Preseason week 2 in the book, Sean. Live football 2 weeks away.
Kramer, let it ride.